All right, let's settle it once and for all on this podcast.
I mean, I could just look it up on Google.
No, is my AA battery operated Tiger Electronics Spider-Man handheld video game a video game or not?
The recording, so video is defined on Google as the recording, reproducing, or broadcasting of moving visual images.
Well,
and also a recording of moving visual images made digitally or on videotape.
Well, then that means that very few video games are actually video games because very few of them actually involve recordings and reproductions.
There you go.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
It's a civil war.
Everything's been recorded into video.
That means only FMV games are actual video games.
Yes, FMVs.
Which I'm actually okay with.
Exclusively are the only true video games.
All right, you're right.
Well,
Lawrence is right. Only FMVs.
Does performance capture count? Because by that logic, then, like, a legend like Robert Zemeckis' Beowulf would not count as cinema. Because it is not...
Well, we have to ask Martin Scorsese for that definition.
Ooh,
he's the only one
Hugo?
that's defined cinema.
He's the cinema gatekeeper.
You know about that, right? The whole Marvel thing? Yeah.
Well, he also made a non-film then. Isn't Hugo Scorsese?
Yeah, I think it might be.
What a hypocrite! What a trash-ass hypocrite.
Hugo.
He's sitting there lecturing me about movies that I'm allowed to watch, and he made a non-film because it doesn't have real people in it?
What is Hugo?
Bullshit.
Hugo's the
animated film.
Was it Robot?
It's a clock.
It's a clock.
I never saw it.
It's good. It was good.
I only saw the billboard. It can't be good, Bruce. It's not real.
That's true. I mean, you're right. But
it also means
Need
for Speed Most Wanted is one of the very few actual video games. Because it has real-life cutscenes.
Oh, like FMVs. Got it.
Command and Conquer, another actual real video game.
I miss FMVs.
Me too. I'm glad we're getting back there.
Yeah.
Super Seducer 3, coming soon.
Hey, everybody.
I gotta get my ass to Europe so I can be in that.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Talk to the Internet podcast.
I love that Criken's chat is always the last one to wake up.
Yeah. I'm with him, dude.
It's really cool.
Rubbing the sleep
You're
on my
like
eyes.
you're cynced. Your cycles are synced with your chat.
Yeah, part of that's because I stream till 3 a.m. and then,
I know.
they all miss work and they get fired and then all they do is watch my streams.
No.
How are they going to pay for all those subs?
Yeah, are they going
They
to
don't. I've been losing subs consistently because everyone's getting fired.
But hey, at least you have each other, right?
Yeah, that's all that matters, right, guys? We don't need to eat.
No.
Just video games.
Yeah, that's not at all. How are you going to support yourself, Criken?
Hope that I can poach some people that still have jobs, and it's
too real is what your chat says is too real.
If you work the angles on those trading cards, you can be sitting pretty with video games for a while.
Oh,
real video games.
Making OnlyFans.
The Russian FMV games.
Have you considered making an OnlyFans, Bruce? I feel like you, who's so jerk off positive to your viewers.
So here's the thing.
Very
I think Lawrence and I both have made an OnlyFans account.
I did not make it. Someone made it for
you.
me, and OnlyFans has
like
not written back.
Immediately defensive you were getting.
Because there would be something on it if I made it.
That's true. That makes sense.
I'm trying to protect my brand here. I don't want people thinking I'm sitting on an OnlyFans
That's
account.
valid. I haven't made it, but I keep getting the email that says like you should make an OnlyFans account, and I always go, and then I never click it.
Whatever, man.
Dude, who's emailing you
Get
this?
in there.
OnlyFans
itself?
Yeah, they know.
Oh man, they've not contacted me.
Well, so the thing is I think I'm on somebody's list because of Cameo, because I do cameos, and that's when I like film lewd videos of myself and send them to fans. I don't do that. That's a joke. I don't do that.
Pun intended, Bruce. You gotta open up your pipeline a little bit. Cameo is just 1-to-1. Imagine if you filmed a lewd video of yourself, and many people could enjoy it.
Well, here's the thing, Lawrence. I'll take it one step further. Imagine if I could do a live video chat with fans, not even a video, but actually a live video chat, and then film myself in my room talking about all the cool dildos I have.
Throw your ankles in the stirrups.
Not even just showing it, just describing them.
I'm just turning into a cam.
What the hell is
turning into a cam girl.
Oh, this is interactive, Bruce. I love this idea because what you can do then is you can set up an array of devices, each of which has a cute little tag with like Twitch bits on it, and then if somebody cheers that amount, then you know you can use that tool on yourself. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I'm pretty good at this Twitch thing, huh?
We're just becoming cam girls. You realize that, right, Criken? You're just a cam girl?
I am much more than just a cam girl. Okay?
All right, what else are you?
I have been playing Total War Warhammer 2 on a hard difficulty.
I watched it, I know.
Can just a cam girl do that?
Yes.
I mean,
anybody can do that.
A cam girl can probably do a lot of things on hard that you can't.
Ooh, it's got a point.
Nice, nice.
I gotta...
We all have our talents, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What's your talents, Lawrence?
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Hold on, you really blindsided me.
Lawrence really got to think. He's got to really think.
We all have our talents, he says.
We
The talentless man.
I come up with metagames to get Bruce to stuff more things in his butt. How about that?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Bruce, are you aware of this?
Just right off the dome.
No, but I will do it.
That's why we're such a good team.
It's yes and.
He can
Craig.
fit his whole fist in his mouth. Is that true?
Yeah.
Lawrence can actually do that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It happened. I mean, you can Google him and search
Oh, I
it.
guess we're not just important enough to see it live.
Well, if I start just doing it all the time,
Then
then,
you
it
got like a
loses
performing.
value.
Yeah, then he'll.
No, that's true.
Then he won't make any
Save it for
money.
the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm gonna
once
have.
you get
I
the
need a
account
little
back.
tag coming off my
Yeah.
wrist that has a little bit sticker on it.
Yeah.
You cheer that amount, I'll shove this baby right in my mouth. That's
Yeah, you have like a watch that just has like a price tag. I'm like, what is that? Like, you pay me $5 right now, I'll shove my fist in my mouth.
that's kind of. I mean, to some degree, and Criken, I know you don't operate this way, given the utter vehemence that you denied that you were a cam girl. But to some degree, Twitch does sort of incentivize you to parcel out and sell away your dignity to the audience a little bit at a time.
Your dignity. Why do you have to sell your dignity?
Well, it's because I mean,
just sell your time.
Because people ask for that. I mean, time, yes, but then people take off your shirt. And
Oh, right.
you're like, well, if you gave me $50, maybe I would.
See, I don't know if that's a Twitch thing. That's just a you thing. I don't think I've ever been encouraged by Twitch to take off my shirt for money.
You are encouraged by Twitch to cosplay.
Your chat
Yes.
is
They love when you cosplay.
It's kind of frustrating.
They do.
They love when you do that. I've noticed that.
They
I
do
also
like that.
love it, by
Yeah.
the way. But
I know when I donned those steampunk goggles that one time,
Oof.
when we went out, you couldn't get your hands off me. It was
well, also you dressed up like was it a clown? No, you had whiteface. What did you
Oh,
dress?
dear.
What was it? What were you?
I was the moon.
Were you the moon?
Yep, I was a full moon.
For real?
Yeah,
Why'd you dress as a full moon?
there was a full moon outside.
That's not why.
That's nice.
That's not why at all. Kraken's chat. Why was he dressed like
The
that?
full moon is very romantic.
I don't actually know what you're referring. Oh, you're talking about the stream I did. Yeah, no, I was playing as freaking. I was a British aristocrat. I was
That's
doing.
right. Yeah, there
I
it
was
is. Yeah.
doing a sponsored stream for Civilization.
He was
and I
like a wig.
Yeah, I was playing the UK, and I had a full powdered face look.
Shrieking voice and everything.
Oh yeah, like hello.
Who's Argentina?
Yeah, there it is. That's the face.
There it is. That's the
beautiful.
one.
It still looks demonic.
You look like the Joker.
Yeah.
Like walking Phoenix.
Well, the better part is I couldn't within the amount of time I had get a full like breast coat coat thing.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I had to order it off Amazon now, and it was a kids sized
Awesome.
like George Washington outfit. So
Man, I've been there a million times.
the shirt like went up to like here, and I was like bursting out of it, and I was like, oh, hello. It's just completely just ripped apart. It was very good.
Wow. Well, what a time you had.
Yeah.
And it's legendary there. As you can see.
Yeah.
It right there.
No cam girl would do that.
They would.
Put
they
on
would.
makeup and
Oh yeah, they would.
Put on makeup.
wear silly clothes. That was actually a really sick gift.
They absolutely would. Hold on, I didn't see what he did.
Yeah.
Oh, it flipped open. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. What? There's no.
He didn't
way.
even know.
He didn't even know. He had no idea.
He knew. That's his signature move. How do you think he fills the Alameda Civic Center every other Saturday night?
The Alameda. That was a good LA reference. Man.
Man, the indie wrestling though is super legit. I don't mean to like
Oh, no,
cast
yeah,
aspersions.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You did it.
Yeah, once. that put me in physical therapy for a few weeks. It's good though. I learned things like apparently there are muscles in your back you're supposed to use when you're just alive like a human. I didn't know.
Of course.
That. Yeah.
Like what?
Like
There
the
were-
sitting muscle,
Yeah.
arms extended muscle.
If you don't mind, Criken, there's
the mouse
there's
muscle?
muscles like right here that pull your shoulder blades together.
No way.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
I don't believe you.
I just didn't use them for anything.
Are you still working out?
I have worked out a little bit, bud. I've been really busy.
That's all right.
I know. I got to. I was playing. After Oliver talks about the Scooby Doo games, I went
I
back
saw
and
it.
actually
Yeah,
played
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
And
When he played Barnyard, it's kind of a weird
that's
thing.
true. And
Yes.
people. I thought that was a giant earthworm.
No.
That was freaking me out.
Ferrets
no,
are
no.
cute. Play that, Bruce.
Ferrets are fine.
Ferrets are probably the perfect animal. All right, go
They
ahead.
stink like urine, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You just gotta give them baths.
Someone in my chat shouted out, but Shaggy's got that gamer neck.
He
like
does.
if you look at
Gamer
his
neck.
like
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Golem neck.
just like ugh, it was so
Is
uncomfortable.
that a gamer
Shaggy.
neck?
Yeah.
Why is that a gamer neck?
I mean, I
Because
think
you're
that's just bad posture.
Yeah,
neck.
people that like
because you're always like this.
Yeah,
they're
you're
hunched
sitting-
over and like
over,
watching
right.
something, and then eventually get stuck that way.
You
And
got
they're
to
just like,
posture check. You got to engage
Ugh.
that core.
Yeah.
All those shoulders back.
You have to sit up straight.
Sit up straight. Tuck that chin.
I know it feels weird because you have to like throw out your chest a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's you're supposed to sit up straight like that.
When I went to physical therapy and they taught me how to stand right for the first time, I almost fell over.
Oh,
just
jeez.
because I wasn't used to balancing with like everything actually aligned properly. It's funny how if one thing goes out, then the rest of your body shifts to compensate, and then bink, 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 just everything gets all hinked all the way up.
It's all a major problem.
Got to fix that shit before you get old, gamers. I don't want to see gamer neck out there.
I mean, I see gamer neck all the time, unfortunately, like at comic book shops and arcades and stuff. And I'm getting gamer neck now too because I've been streaming about 6
streaming
months.
is a symptom, or gaming neck is a symptom of streaming, which is the disease.
It really is. And
Yeah.
I've been trying to like correct my posture a little more, and I don't know the correct way. I don't even know the correct way to sit at a desk.
Oh, you should look it up right now. There's like an ergonomic guide. Basically, like your monitor is supposed to be like slightly below eye level, angled up at you, so your head is kind of down.
Yeah.
Your arms are supposed to be 90 degrees with like your typing surface right here.
We all just stand up and do a standing
Ergonomic.
podcast this
What
time.
do you think I should search? No, not on Bing.
If you just do desk and then go to images, I'm sure that would work.
Bing is the horny search engine.
Or like ergonomic desk layout, maybe.
Desk layout. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's like anatomical drawings and stuff.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
This man is way too put together.
Oh, hold on. It's over here.
First of all, you got to wear a nice crew neck. You got to have a good haircut. Got to have a little sweater over button-up action. A little dad look for you.
So take breaks every 25 minutes.
Yeah, right.
You guys do that?
No.
Absolutely not.
25 minutes?
That's what it says.
That's barely any time. Jesus.
What's your guys' what's the expiration date on your ass? Like sitting in your chair, when do your cheeks start to ache? Because for me, it's
I've
around
probably
the 10-hour
got
mark.
an ass of like a 40-year-old at this point with how much I've
Put
been
some
using
miles
it.
on that ass?
Yeah.
It's usually about 2 hours for me.
2.
2 hours.
Oh, are you sitting in that all day?
No, absolutely not. That's that chair over there.
Oh
the
yeah,
big one.
Oh yeah, your big old
yeah.
gamer chair.
That-
I heard that's not even that like ergonomically sound.
It's not. The only good thing about those gamer chairs is that you can actually make it 90 degrees. So you can put your arms straight onto your mouse and keyboard. But other than that, like I'm constantly shifting in my chair all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm always shifting, and that probably doesn't help the way like when I'm supposed to be playing a game well. I'm sure that doesn't help because like if you watch esports pros, they like are frozen in one spot, with their arms sideways playing games, and I'm never doing that.
Oh man, have you seen like esports pros set up their desks?
No.
It's awesome. They basically like this is mostly coming from like back in the Brood War days, but there were dudes who would come out with a ruler and they would like measure the height to the floor. They would measure like the distance to the back of the desk with the keyboard and stuff. So everything is exactly where it's supposed to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
athletes.
it was always cool to like an hour before showtime, and the analysts would just be like they were vamping for time, and then they would show the dude like come up with his bag and like zip, and then put out his keyboard and then start measuring things just in the background.
That must be really. I mean, like I guess it's like if you're a football or basketball player and you're traveling to different cities every time you play, because that must be weird to like be in a different city with a different basketball, maybe even different shoes,
Different court.
yeah,
Different
like
wax, different everything.
And then-
you get to know it eventually.
yeah.
I think.
That's true. Huh? I never
But
thought of
yeah.
that. That's why I'm bad at video games in my friends' houses. That's why.
Because you don't measure your station?
No, because I don't have all my shit.
Yeah.
What's your shit? What are you
I
going to
hand
bring?
you that Nyko controller that's been chewed on by the dogs.
I would always
you're
bring
sunk, man.
my personal GameCube controller.
You were one of those guys.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, you're one of those
Yes.
guys.
Sunglasses.
Put on my fingerless gloves and
dial the rotary lock a little bit.
position my fedora and
Open it up.
yeah.
Spritz around like antiseptic real quick, just to make sure.
Did it help?
Bring it out.
Were you the best?
No,
Ooh, okay. All right.
not even close.
It's more about the theatrics of it.
Yeah, no.
You convince them they're going to lose before the match even starts.
It's a psychological warfare thing. Yeah.
Criken knows.
All right.
That's a really good like 45-second sketch of some dude rolling up to the Smash Brothers tournament.
Yeah, and just three stocked immediately.
You're dead.
And then it takes another 10 minutes to put everything away and then pack it up and go.
Crying a little bit.
Yeah.
I think my internet's choking right now because I'm downloading the Final Fantasy VII
Yeah, boy.
remake demo.
Oh, Bruce.
Because I'm gonna play it after this.
You're gonna have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Well, I saw you. I was watching you play it.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, this looks awesome. What did you think of it?
I really, really liked it, but I liked how complicated the combat system seems to be. Because original 7 is not that complicated of a game.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that there'd be a little more like upper bound or more of a skill cap on it, and it really does seem like there will be. But if you actually want to do all that stuff, boy, it's a lot of mechanics to kind of keep in your head. Of tabbing back and forth between characters and pausing the action to give somebody command and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get you.
I really liked it though, and boy, one of the things that I love, and to a degree, Resident Evil 2 did this, but I've been waiting for like that pre-rendered background, like early Pixar look to kind of come back into vogue.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something really cozy about like pre-rendered background games.
That's like Ocarina of Time. I've been playing through it, and it has specific.
A few screens are pre-rendered.
When you're walking through the town.
Hyrule is like that for some reason. The rest of the game isn't.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you. Yeah, how are you getting along with Ocarina, by the way?
Well, it's crowd controlled.
Oh,
yeah. I've mean to try that at some point.
They were this most recent time that I did it. It's really, really, really fun, and actually way better than if I was just playing the game on my own. But like this most recent time I was fighting, I think it was the fucking, what was the Nate or the Forest boss? I forget which temple. The Forest Temple.
Yeah, the first one.
I think it was the first one. Yeah, and I had two people either killing me or giving me fairies. So every time somebody would kill me, somebody would buy a fairy to make sure that as soon as I died, they'd bring it back up.
That rules. Do you like Ocarina better than Dark Souls for crowd control?
Dark Souls I don't know as well. So Ocarina I know okay. Dark Souls I didn't know at all. So Dark Souls is like my first time playing, and I'm getting crowd control.
Gotcha.
And so then I have a bunch of people definitely backseating me. Meaning, so like they're like, oh, you should do this or you should do this. I'm like, guys, like people are fucking with my game the entire time. It doesn't matter what you tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But you should try. Dark Souls is the easiest one to do with crowd control.
Oh, just to get it running.
You guys should definitely try.
I'm gonna do it.
It's really simple.
You convinced me.
It's very, very easy for Dark Souls. For like the emulator ones is not nearly as easy, but Dark Souls is really fun. Minecraft also was not easy, but Minecraft was totally worth it. So
cool.
Really fun. Really, really fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh
man, it's happening though. We're almost there. It's almost March. All the video games are starting.
What are we gonna? So Animal Crossing, Doom,
oh boy, yeah.
Half-Life Alyx. What else?
On my 7 remake is April.
The Animal Crossing. Then for me, there's Mountain Blade Bannerlord early access coming in March 20th. I think is my bad. I am very excited for.
I guess that's it.
That's it. Right?
And that's it.
Actually,
but that's enough to keep me very busy.
It's all at the very end of March.
It's true.
So we still got 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, you know what, guys? COD Warzone. Come on, guys. The Battle Royale.
Oh.
The Battle Royale.
Didn't they already make a COD Battle Royale?
Yeah, Blackout.
Yes, they did.
Okay, but again.
But it was a year and a half ago. All right?
Okay, time for another one.
This is a new one.
Yes.
COD Modern Warfare Warzone.
I think that could be cool.
COD MW Warzone. Come on, guys.
Battle
Royale. It's probably going to be.
I feel like you're speaking a different language to me.
I can't. A couple more times.
It's probably going to be free to play.
Okay.
And I guess like people have earlier access if they bought the game.
Oh, yeah. Ori 2. Sorry.
Ori 2.
Yeah.
But also Warzone.
Neo 2. Warzone.
COD Warzone. Okay.
Doom 64. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3. The next in the Dragon Slayer series.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bruce.
I don't know what that is. Warzone.
Persona 5 Royal. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 3 is in early.
I like when people are like, Battle Royales are so old. They're so old. They're like, Fortnite is still the largest game in the world.
Old man.
So, unfortunately, I'm sorry, guys.
They definitely have fallen off in the trend a little bit. But
They have, yeah.
If Battle Royales are out, what's in?
Tarkov. I already talked about it.
Oh.
It's Tarkov.
Tarkov's not a Battle Royale?
No.
Tarkov is like a really interesting,
hybrid.
It's like I think you need to push the Battle Royale format to another direction, and that's what's been cool.
It's going to be Tarkov. Like somebody's going to recreate the Tarkov genre in another game that's more popular, and that's probably going to hit harder than Tarkov is, because Tarkov's still up there. But it's going to be Tarkov, guys.
Maybe. I don't know. Tarkov's not accessible.
It's not accessible at all. Boy, is it hard.
No, it's going to be, what is it? Shit.
What?
What's Riot's Counter-Strike magic shooter called?
Oh, Valorant?
Yeah, that's it. That's the game of the future, Bruce.
Valorant is an Overwatch, what is it, CSGO hybrid, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. CSGO shooting mechanics with, like, Overwatch hero skills.
Puzzle Pirates. That's what's coming back.
Puzzle Pirates.
Yeah.
Barnyard.
Barnyard.
I like that we got a real Hall of Fame,
Oh, yeah.
game Hall of Fame for the Talk to the Internet podcast stocking up.
Yeah, I can speak to the Scooby-Doo experience now that I've actually revisited it, because I've only came back to it because of this podcast I was
how
talking
did
about so much.
But you didn't play the Night of 1,000 Frights.
I did. I tried that after playing the one that I played.
What happened?
Okay.
Was it 1,000 Frights?
It was 100 frights, not 1,000.
Was it 100 Frights?
There was at least 100 frights. I
And that
will
sounds
say.
like a good value, though.
It is a good value.
Good amount of frights.
I started with Creepy Capers, I think, is what the first one that I played was. It was not a very memorable name. But I will say, that was one I played when I was younger, and that game is terrifying and still very hard. Because
Terrifying?
it is terrifying. It is terrifying. It is Resident Evil. It is actually Scooby-Doo Resident Evil.
No way.
Yes way.
Do you shoot the ghosts with a gun?
You'll turn a corner and the frame will cut to a new angle where the monster just is already moving towards you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's Resident Evil, yeah.
It's Resident Evil. You hear like thunk, thunk, thunk as the Black Knight is like thunking towards you.
But is it a monster or is it like a guy in an inflatable suit like Scooby-Doo?
At the end of the day, it's a guy in a suit, but like
That's still
it's
scary.
a monster. And you also, I don't know, man. There's a lot of questionable stuff in that game, and I was
Questionable, what do you mean?
I mean, I was screaming. I screamed a couple times, and I was not acting up for the stream. That was just genuinely terrifying.
That was just you?
Yeah. So that game, I give a 4 out of 5.
Wow.
Because
PS1?
yeah, it was Nintendo 64 and PS1, I think.
A 4 out of 5?
Yes, I do.
That's a solid score, Criken.
I do. That's because thematically, it was kind of weak. It was it just
4 out of 5 is a good
Wait,
score, though.
But you're telling me they went to a haunted mansion and then spooks occurred?
it's just that like
that is a pretty weak theme for Scooby. Not a lot of surprises there.
Yeah, it was very formulaic, but that's fine. I think the thing that was fun about it was like it felt like you were doing Scooby-Doo stuff. You're able to like actually gather clues and solve a mystery, and like Fred is just a dick the entire game. Like I don't know.
He always was.
All he does is just tell you to do shit, and then he's like, "When you're done, you'll find me in the lounge with the 2 girls." And
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was
and
bullied.
Shaggy's like, "Okay." And if at one point you find gems, and he's like, "Great, I found gems. I hope Fred will let me keep these." And you go to Fred and you're like, "Look, I found gems." And he's like, "That's great. This is a clue. I'll hang on to them." And he just takes them, and you're like, "Okay."
Fred is just high key bullying.
Yeah,
Shaggy
it was
around.
just high key bowling Shaggy.
That
and
is awesome. I mean, that's kind of. I think we all assume that might be the case.
yeah, it felt like a very accurate Scooby-Doo experience. And then, ironically, Night of 100 Frights was much better music-wise, animation-wise, like graphically. But it was just kind of a platforming game, and like there were tons of monsters on the screen.
So it wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary. It was just kind of like try to avoid the witch, try to avoid the zombie, like whatever. But like they just kind of run in circles, you know. It's like it. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is my favorite when I was a kid." I'm like, "Yeah, it's
a
like,
kid's game,
It's
yeah.
a kid's game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
You had to
do
figure out
anything."
how to not just completely trash the game on stream in front of them while they were telling you how much they liked it.
Well, I think what we agreed upon was like artistically and thematically, Night of 100 Frights is like cooler because it just feels more like Scooby-Doo. It's got like more references and more like, you know, feels the energy of Scooby-Doo and the tone. But the first game was like
Was a better
mechanically
game, yeah.
more interesting and more unique and did more like the show. So I said I prefer the first game. And that was, you know, what everyone was asking me is which is the definitive Scooby-Doo game. So there you go.
Thanks for coming to Criken's reviews of terrible games.
I think
Not
save me some
terrible.
Time, Dal.
Yeah.
Now I know where to go.
You know where to go.
You're the Scooby-Doo tastemaker,
I am. Go to the Creepy Capers.
providing a very valuable service.
Yes.
Thank
Scooby-Doo is like been out of like vogue or trends for about 40 years. You realize?
They still make movies.
you.
When
And
was
like,
the last movie they made?
Apparently a year ago. They're making a new one now.
Those
Yeah.
are those don't count. Straight to
What-
video does not count. I've already told you that.
What about Netflix?
No, that doesn't count.
What movie then?
A movie's like in wide release.
All right. Are you guys ready to have this fight? Is a movie that's released on Netflix a movie, or does it have to be
well,
going
technically
into
none
theaters?
of them are movies because they're all animated. They're not real.
Yeah.
That's not true. Scooby-Doo had the live action.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we did have a
Well,
live
wait.
Yeah.
We didn't really dive into this in our discussion of what is media and what isn't. So we know fact, most video games are not video games. Fact, some movies are not movies. You know, your Pixar film's trash. Doesn't
Are those
doesn't
facts?
count. Yes, these are facts. What happens if you have your Roger Rabbit situation? Live actor
Right.
paired with utter fake non-movie asset.
Jar Jar, right?
Yeah, which one wins out?
What do you mean? Which one's?
Is it a movie or not?
It's a movie.
I think having
What?
an animated element of a live action movie still means it's live action.
Okay, so you only need one real, actual human being on screen.
That's right.
And that image has to be replicated in the final film somehow.
Blue's Clues is live action because Steve is live action, even if everything else is animated.
So according to Lawrence Scorsese, all Pixar films are not movies.
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Unless they have a real person in them. What about if somebody wears enough makeup that they appear animated, but they're actually not?
I mean, I'm going to say, according to your definition, no. I think we start excluding everything from them being movies.
So nothing is a movie.
Nothing is a movie. So if it goes to Netflix, it's not a movie. The only movie here's the thing. The only movies that are movies, and I know what it is,
There's one movie.
there's one
Die Hard?
franchise.
Oh. Well, it's still Die Hard.
It's Transformers.
Oh.
Okay.
Because Transformers has all the live action that you'd want, and all the animation that you want.
Are you including the entirely animated feature film from the 80s, Bruce?
No.
Good.
Only the Michael Bay
That was a
films.
test.
Only the 5 Michael Bay films.
You're right. What about Six Underground? What about...
No.
No? Okay. What about...
I told you. Only Michael Bay Transformers movies are movies. Everything else is not.
What if I did a lot of digging and could somehow string together a theory that put Bad Boys in the Transformers universe?
Then it would be a movie.
Okay.
I
I got some work to do.
Here's a question.
I'm going to roll up my sleeves and dig into that.
If you could only ever watch one movie for the rest of your life,
Uh-huh.
and like imagine
This is a tough question.
like
This is so
pausing
hard,
and
guys.
This is a
studying
really tough question.
every frame, like that is where you can get your enjoyment, is like the density
one movie? Oh.
and the value of every frame and every rewatch is going to be all you have to focus on.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say Avengers Endgame. Only because I've watched it like 3 or 4 times, and I've loved it every single time I watched it. And every time I read something about it, it makes me want to go watch it again. So I'm gonna say Endgame because, and also it's really long. It's incredibly dense. There's a lot to study and remember, and like obviously the history of 23 movies or whatever it is before then. So I'm gonna say Avengers Endgame for me right now. This could change in like 5 years, but what would you say?
Yeah. What's your...
Probably a fantasy one. I think something like Lord of the Rings
Legend.
or
Oh.
something that or maybe an animated movie. Yeah.
Oh,
don't
Lord of
know.
the Rings animated. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. The Hobbit animated.
It's everything.
Yikes.
It's everything.
Yikes!
Yeah, someone brought Lord of the Rings, and also you just got
there's Fellowship of the Ring
the director
animated, too.
extended edition, and you're like set for life. So,
That's why it's like 4.5 hours.
yeah, just something that's gonna like completely
Would it
transport
be
you.
Fellowship Two Towers or Return?
Good question. Not Fellowship. Either probably Two Towers. I think that was my favorite.
Yeah. Good call.
And
Did you
also,
just get knocked out by a fish?
You just got knocked out by a
wow.
Hell yeah. Is that an eel?
fish, or it's something very large that lives in
The
water.
fish now digests the man.
That dude that dude is never, ever gonna live that down.
I know. I got it on video.
In 20
Ooh,
years.
It broke his nose. I think.
Wow.
I think it broke his
No
nose.
blood on stream.
Here, hold on. Let's
No blood on stream.
Dude,
20
no
years,
blood on
dudes
stream.
are gonna
What
be
are you
like
No blood
doing
on
shots.
What are you
stream.
talking about? Here, watch. Look. So, I don't know what that is, Lawrence. It could be a fish. Or it could be an eel.
I mean, it's mean and it's dying.
maybe it's a catfish.
Yeah, it looks
Don't
like
hit
a.
him, don't- Oh!
We already know it's gonna
Bang.
hit him.
Fuck.
Done.
Oh yeah, hit him with like the skull
Knocked
too.
out.
That's why.
Yeah, he did the
Yeah.
he did the head wobble and everything.
Knocked out.
For me, I think
Oh, yeah,
it
Lawrence.
might be. I want to say Blade Runner 2049,
Ooh.
but I also feel like it's newer. So maybe it's just the fact that it's newer that I would think that, and if not that, the original Blade Runner, or like one of Stanley Kubrick's like big epics, which would be that The Shining or like Kingdom of Heaven.
What about 2001? 2001 is
That's a great.
super rich.
That's a great suggestion. Actually,
There's a lot going on in 2001.
There's
yeah, you're
a
right.
lot.
Also, 2001 is like extended sequences of it are just kind of like nice visual
Yeah.
ballet sequences, which would be nice. I feel like to take in.
My defense for something like Lord of the Rings would be you can pause a frame and like focus on a single character and like imagine much more of
Yeah.
a new story involving that individual character versus something that's like set in the real world is a little more harder, I think, to give you that same creative kind
That's
of
true.
backstory and juice.
Actually, wait, no. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes.
Oh,
James, thank
Sonic.
you.
I haven't seen the new Sonic movies again.
Well, I let me promise you, you pause it at any moment. It's a world bursting with interesting characters.
Oh, hey,
you
hold
get
on.
Sonic
So we're beyond Sonic now.
and ensemble.
Yeah, we're through the Looking Glass period. So we live in a post Sonic the Hedgehog world.
Yeah, how
Did you ever
many
look up the? You were convinced it wasn't going to make money,
I
right?
was convinced. I'm glad it made money, actually.
Nah, Sonic fans never let Sonic down.
Although,
We're going to be there for him
what
forever.
was its second weekend like?
I'm sure it was great.
Regardless, it made a lot of money. It made way
Yeah.
more than I predicted.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
but-
Sonic.
Was there a tease at the end teasing Tails or Knuckles or Shadow?
Do you actually want to know?
I do. I don't care.
Yeah, Tails was visibly directly in the movie at the end.
Who did the voice of Tails?
Tails did.
Tails, yeah. They got him.
Yeah, they got Tails, dude.
Miles
They got
Prower.
Sonic, so they'll get Tails too.
They also. So, I made a prediction a long time ago, and I remember it because I knew someday I was going to have to say I told you so, and that day is today.
All right.
Okay.
Because in Sonic the Hedgehog, they reference Knuckles and actually visibly acknowledge Tails, which is what I said. I don't remember where. In one of the
I
hundreds of
believed it
podcasts.
in my soul.
That was my call, and I was right.
I mean, if somebody can... look, I believe you, by the way.
Thank you.
But somebody hopefully can prove it in the chats.
Somebody tweeted at me and said, "You were right about Sonic," which is
The-
the only
all-
thing I've
all
been
you
waiting
ever
my
asked for.
entire life to hear.
What an amazing sentence.
But when because somebody tweeted that at me before I had seen Sonic the Hedgehog, and I saw that tweet and was like, "Are they talking about my cameo? Like my cameo bid?" And then I watched the movie and I was like, "Ah, it was me. I was right. That is what they meant." So that's good.
well, that's great.
You gotta have a keen eye. You gotta
I'm
every
happy
frame
to-
of painting. You gotta really
Yeah.
look in there. To
I'm
see the
happy
Knuckles
for
right.
all of you guys that
actually
love
not that
Sonic. I never saw it, and I forgot all about it.
Well, just it'll
So
hit
did
digital.
Criken.
Yeah, apparently.
It'll hit digital, you guys.
I might watch it, like, on a plane.
Huh.
Oof.
You'll be
Sonic
going,
didn't die for this.
They'll be going almost as fast as Sonic.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, actually, that is the only correct way to watch it.
Well, hold on. I thought Sonic could run faster than, like, the Flash.
Faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was, like, way faster than
But
everything.
a plane can go faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah, just not most of the ones we ride on.
Right. I will specifically fly
Yeah, a supersonic
on a
jet.
supersonic jet and watch Sonic and then fly back.
Well, actually, wait. No, the lyrics say running around at the speed of
So
sound.
specific. But what if it goes. Okay.
But Sonic definitely goes faster than the speed of sound because
Doesn't
that's
light
how a
cut out?
sonic boom is made.
Oh.
I don't think Sonic can run faster than. Nope.
What?
I think he probably ran faster than light at some point. He does.
No
like,
way.
So
Someone has to back that up.
these are mostly from the Archie comics. There are. They don't ever. I don't think put a pin in it.
Wouldn't
but
that make
there-
like a black hole or something?
we don't know. Oh shit!
Go
What?
ahead.
He's
Keep
just got
talking
a
about Sonic. Keep talking about Sonic.
Dodge Charger.
Yeah, it's basically like a charger. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Finish your
Sonic.
Batman
thought.
looks so goofy.
So, and this is something that I never adequately apologized to Chad James for, but years ago we had a bit of a tiff about who was faster, Sonic or the Flash. Should I go get it?
No. Well, I'll go get it. Here,
All right.
hold on. You talk about Sonic.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
things
Do
got,
your God-given duty.
things
Talk
got a
about
little
Sonic.
heated. Chad used to be a researcher writer for Death Battle. It's a show where they make a bunch of famous characters fight each other. And all right. And so he knew volumes about both the Flash and Sonic. And I guess with all of his facts and knowledge about that, he was very definitive in saying the Flash was faster because the Flash is actually like so overpowered that he can like vibrate his molecules through dimensions or whatever. That's how fast he is.
What?
Sonic can just run fast. But there was a panel in the Sonic comic where Sonic and Knuckles, they're always button heads, but in a friendly way. But they just decided to really cut loose because they're just like, Sonic, Knuckles, it's time to settle this. And they run at each other so fast it causes like a supernova in the galaxy. Yeah.
So
That must murder millions of people.
Maybe they found, Dragon Ball rules. They just found some.
or they ran backwards
And they reset it.
and they reset it.
The
That's true.
amnesiac kiss.
Bad news, guys. That was my taxes. That's what it was.
Is that good or
They-
bad?
No,
They
that's
found
bad.
you.
That's very bad. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's my taxes, and I'm gonna have to pay.
You getting busted?
I'm
Oh.
gonna have to pay a lot.
It was
Really?
just a big tax bill, and he tapped his watch and said, "Hurry up!"
Yeah, well, we've got what, a month and a half? Yeah,
Held out an
month-
empty sack with a dollar
Yeah.
sign on it.
And he won't leave until you put in all the money needed.
we got
Pouring some, he just shakes his head. You
That's
pour
actually a
it
great
forward.
SCP, like a tax collector that just
Oh, yeah.
won't leave you alone until you've actually paid your dues.
all SCPs won't leave you alone. I hate it. tired of them.
No, they're all locked up. That's the
Tickle
point.
Boy?
They weren't all locked up. They were all chasing me for hours.
Oh, it's because you're playing the game where they escape. That's where you play the game where they're contained. You play Containment Breach. You meant to play SCP Containment, where you just look at them through a window.
Somebody in chat wanted me to pull this up. What do you think of the new Batmobile?
It's a car.
It's a car.
It's a car. It's a muscle car, is what it is.
It's a car.
I think it looks pretty fucking cool.
It looks cool.
But I love muscle cars.
I don't like cars.
This is a cool shot. Criken doesn't like cars.
So I guess
it
it shoots fire at the back like classic Batman.
It looks
style.
like he forgot to put on the back of his car. It's just like what's inside.
No, it's because the engine's too big, man. The engine's too big. You can't put anything over it.
Guys,
you can't contain it.
You're not seeing the look in his eyes, but it's fire. I've never actually felt more danger.
That's a pretty cool look, though. I like the lighting and it's very smoky, very Gotham-y.
I think his suit looks stupid, but
whatever, man. I like.
Do they ever address that he can't turn his head?
They do actually.
Really?
In one of the
Batman
Nolan movies.
In Batman Begins, it's Dark Knight actually. They address that, and he goes, "Hey, I want to turn my head."
Does it look better? Because he's always looked like he can't turn his head.
Well, I mean, wasn't that also just part of filming Tim Burton's Batman?
Right.
Is that
He literally
could not
He
look.
couldn't turn his head. Yeah.
I mean,
It's just so funny to me.
So here's the thing, though. Like, it is funny, Criken, but I think it's funny because now, like, people have dug up and turned over the superhero soil so often that it's like even now there have been multiple attempts at superhero tales all over the spectrum, from believable to just utterly fantastic. So like on one end you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which is just pure fun and camp and is not too burdened by reality. On the other, maybe you have like Kick-Ass, which, middling attempt, or Nolan's Batmans, which try to be much more like quote unquote realistic, even though they're still sort of superhero movies.
They're still superheroes.
Yeah, so it's like, it's weird to me now to even have investment in the viability of superhero tales, considering that they've already spread the entire spectrum. Like, here's a very depressing thing to say out loud, and I want to be proven wrong about this. What's left to be excited about?
What's left to be excited about?
What about Batman? He got car, he got suit. That's what he always has in every movie. And they're always different so they can sell new things.
It's the villain that has changed, I feel like.
It's generally the villain.
Who's the villain in this one, did they say?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, that's another marketing beat, I'm sure they'll...
I would say, like, the only thing that's ever interested me in the Batman universe has been the villains. I think they've been better than most other villain superheroes in that they just, they can get darker. I think the Spider-Man villains are pretty cool too, because they're like generally more kind of mutant-y. But the Batman ones were like thematically cooler in my mind.
Huh. I always thought... So, now that's an interesting thing about Off. I always liked...
Oh, it's the Riddler. Apparently people are saying it's the
Jim Carrey back?
He's back.
No.
No, why not?
Jim Carrey's
Jim
back.
Carrey is Riddler.
I mean...
He did such a good job.
He is the Riddler.
Imagine living down Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Anybody can do that.
No, they can't.
No, they can't.
Anyone can do that.
No.
You saying anyone could play Dr. Robotnik?
I don't want Lawrence to do this. I want you to do this. Quote any line from Jim Carrey's Riddler. Any line.
That's a riddle, baby.
No, he never said that.
He's got it.
He might
never
have
said that.
He's got it.
Riddler. Just his own
I'm
name.
the Riddler. It was caffeine will kill you. That's
I
the line.
I know Lawrence will know all of the lines.
Caffeine will kill you?
Caffeine will kill you. I just got to that point in the novel.
Oh,
He's been reading the novel
okay.
on stream.
Let me set the stage.
Okay.
We have one Edward Nigma. You don't know who that is yet. That's fine.
That's the Riddler.
Oh.
Get it? Enigma.
No, it's a great bit.
He's working at Wayne
Not a
Enterprises.
bit. That's his real name.
He's
He's working at Wayne Enterprises.
yes.
So, let me get this right. So,
He's an engineer.
Bruce Wayne, who is Batman, spoilers,
That's correct.
is...
Is brilliant and attractive.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out who the Riddler is. And there's
No,
a man working in his company named Enigma,
You're getting ahead
who
of me.
looks like the Riddler,
And Batman couldn't figure it out.
and Batman couldn't figure
Stop
out.
trying to outthink this story. Stop it right now.
He's the Riddler.
He's
I'm
not the
solving
Riddler
the
yet.
riddle.
When he delivers
Oh.
this amazing line, he's not the Riddler yet.
He's just a funny dude.
He's an intense but brilliant engineer working at Wayne Enterprises.
Okay.
And it's Enigma.
Yes, Edward Nigma.
Enigma. Right.
Okay.
Jeez. All right. So he's working on his mind suck device.
Yeah.
His boss, Stickley, I think.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, his name is Stickley, Bruce.
All
Come
right.
on.
Okay. I mean, Lawrence didn't sound very sure of himself.
It took me a minute. He doesn't have many lines. Stickley comes in, tries to shut this project down. It's too dangerous.
Chad, is it Stickley? Is it Stickly? Someone tell me. Sorry, go ahead.
That's right. And Nigma's already cracking. He got punched by a bully when he was young, so he's just had a little mental tick his entire life. Mm-hmm. This is in the novel. It's not in the movie. It's okay that you don't know these things.
Who cares?
That is the correct answer.
That's true.
And then Edward Nigma.
Fred Stickly.
I knew it. Yeah. Fred. I didn't know his first name. That's also
that's your bad.
Stickly is not a villain, so how could Bruce Wayne be expected to know that? Not every character does it anyway. So to protect his research, because he feels very strongly about it, he grabs a coffee pot and bashes it over Stickly's head. Knocks him to the ground.
Dead?
Not dead yet, Bruce. Come on, dude.
Yet. He just spoiled it.
Ruining the story. Sorry. And then holding the coffee pot, he delivers the greatest line of the entire movie, caffeine will kill you.
Because he hit him with coffee.
But did he die?
No.
Then
he got knocked out. The Riddler stuck his brain drain on him.
Okay.
Sucked his brain juice into his brain.
Okay. There's
a lot of pronouns going on there. Hopefully you can follow it.
Sure.
And then kicked him through the window of Wayne Enterprises, 40th floor. He got trapped by the brain drain. And then Riddler was like, "Oh no," because they want you to think he's afraid that he's going to murder somebody, but he's not. He actually wanted to save his helmet. So
why
he yanks it off.
Take the helmet off first?
I don't know. He's crazy, man. Okay. He's the Riddler now.
But he's also supposed to be really smart. It never made any sense that these people were like really crazy, but also
like
really
if his
smart.
he killed that guy because he was threatening the machine, and then he proceeded to throw the machine and the man threatening the machine out a 40th floor window.
Things happen. It's very.
All right.
Was that the movie that Batman drives through McDonald's?
He does deliver the line saying, "I'll get drive-through."
Was that Batman Forever?
That was Batman Forever. That was in the intro, yes. Alfred offered him a sandwich, and he said he would get drive-through.
Because they used that in the McDonald's commercials to promote that movie when the movie came out.
Fuck yes, they did. Show it. Because there's also...
I'm not going to show it.
There's a clip of the Riddler with his stupid Riddler cane, like going down into a three-point stance, and then he turns into a commemorative glass.
Whoa, wow. I remember that, actually.
It's sick.
I remember that commercial.
A commemorative glass.
Yes, it's sick. Also, not a movie because the glass is not real. I mean, maybe it was. Who knows, man? 95 was a weird time.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was.
You don't know.
I don't have one of them.
Schrodinger's commemorative Riddler glass.
Riddle me this. How don't I have that glass if I'm such a big Batman Forever fan?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's a good point.
You actually should have that glass.
I should.
I bet it's on eBay for like
I am learning so much
$500.
about the texture of Batman Forever by reading the novel. There's a lot of scenes they don't include in the movie. Yeah. We got a scene with pre-Two-Face Harvey Dent really fleshing out their relationship there. Got a scene with young Edward Nigma. You know? That's really impressive.
Oh, that's the Riddler.
There it is.
Commemorative glass.
$6.50. Wow.
That ain't bad.
That's not bad at all. Get it.
The world is filled with shit that no one wants.
I think I had these glasses.
I think they're very small.
They were. Yeah, I had them. Because they used to put juice in them when I was a kid.
What kind of juice? What was your favorite juice?
Probably apple juice.
Really?
When I was a kid. Was apple juice my favorite? What? Can you say the words apple juice without sounding like a little baby?
Apple juice. No,
apple
it's
juice.
always...
It always sounds like you're a little baby.
Well, if you think of the amount of times that we're ever going to say apple juice in our life, 80% of it, I'd wager, has been in our young adult, or not young adult, just children life. The rest of the 20% is going to be references to the time we were kids saying apple juice.
There was a.
So you peaked when you were 8?
Well,
in regards to saying apple juice, that specific phrase, yes, I will say that was an 8 thing.
There's that viral thing that went around about here's like techniques to make sure that you, like, if you're mad, this will knock you out of it. And one of them was saying the word bubbles as angrily as you can.
Bubbles.
Yeah. Bubbles!
Yeah.
And you can't help but laugh.
That's true.
To me, that kind of reminds me of the apple juice thing. How the second you say it, you feel like you're 4 years old again.
What's my favorite juice now? What's the manliest juice to say?
Grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit
Dude,
juice?
no.
What?
What?
You don't like that?
Women like grapefruit juice. Get out of here.
The manliest juice to say is pussy juice. We already know that, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I meant pussy juice.
Fresh squeezed pussy juice.
That's a great Chad voice.
That's actually really good.
That cranberry juice is probably my other one.
Oh, cranberry juice is great.
Drink a tall glass of ass. Man, you were just all about lady fluids. Cranberry juice, diuretic.
What?
We all know this.
It is.
That's what you drink.
Can I not like it?
You can like it, but it's not very
Lemon juice.
Cranberry juice is what you drink when you have a UTI because you're a woman.
Or a
Steak
man.
juice.
Men can have UTIs.
It's very rare.
Drink fucking steak juice. Just a tall glass of blood. Now, that's Doodly right there.
Blood
Steak
juice.
juice. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I got a weird pimple on my arm. I should put my arm down.
It's all right. Nobody can see it. It's no
Yeah,
big
you're
deal.
right.
They don't care about your pimple.
Speaking of caffeine killing you, I mixed up my sponsors this week again.
We still don't have the real sponsor. Eventually, we're going to get
Yeah.
a real sponsor for this podcast. That is an energy drink.
Yeah, but until then,
But we don't have it yet.
I'm still broke and ignored by the influencer marketing circuit. I don't know why. All I can assume is that they're afraid of the competition, so they're freezing me out. But so last week I made a pretty bold bet. I bet that my audience wouldn't be a bunch of pussies, and that they would want to crush 300 milligrams of caffeine in one sitting.
Do you?
Turns
do you
out they
Lawrence's
don't.
chat? They don't. Okay.
Turns out they don't want all of the weapons grade pharmaceuticals that make your muscles get big and give you a heart arrhythmia. So I got to tone it way back because I guess people don't want I don't know, professional grade bodybuilding stimulants. Jeez.
Why not?
Ask them.
It makes your face tingle.
Yes, and that's good for you.
That's really good for you.
It's
yeah.
really good for you.
I used to do that stuff before lifting.
Like pre-workout stuff?
Pre-workout, and they banned it. I forget the name of it, but it would make my face tingle. Sorry, go ahead.
They banned it because it made you too healthy. That's the problem.
Yeah, that was it.
It was a
You were too
shortcut.
strong. It made you taller. This is not okay. Namely, my audience. Can't believe this. So, where once I thought I could inspire them to be better, now I understand that they're just going to be little shitholes and aren't going to buy the products that I tell them to buy. So maybe I got to
Tell them to buy. Buy it, or else.
That's what influencing is, Bruce. That's what I'm good at.
That's cool. No, it's influencing means you're sort of not telling them. You're suggesting.
Well, I disagree.
All right.
Bruce, I'm influencing you away from that position by telling you no.
You are telling me to do this. You're right. You're right.
So I got to come up with some baby juice that kids want to drink or whatever. I don't know. Apple juice isn't going to sponsor me. Nobody drinks that shit when they're adults.
Apple
right.
juice.
So
Apple juice.
I'm going to go with nut juice instead.
Nut juice.
Mixed with coffee. So this is salted caramel cold brew coffee with almond milk.
Well, that sounds good.
Dairy free, because God knows you people can't handle any kind of complicated something.
Is there any sugar in that? There's
No,
gotta be a fuck ton
it
of
says, wait, it
Yeah,
says
it's gonna be a lot.
25% less sugar, yeah. It's salted caramel. I was going to, hold on.
Salted
12
Sounds really
grams.
good.
Is that a lot?
That sounds real good.
Anyway, since you guys don't want, I guess, you guys don't want medically critical amounts of caffeine, this is
medically critical.
the little caffeine meter on the side there is all the way on the left, so you guys
How much
can.
caffeine?
It says under 50 milligrams per serving.
Oh, that's for
That's
babies.
weak.
It is for babies.
That's baby
I agree.
juice.
That's for babies.
You know what? I agree. A man could handle, I don't know what caffeine looks like when it's solid, but like a little chewable tab of it.
Well, that's what truckers take.
Yeah, yeah.
They
And
take
truckers are
caffeine?
the doodliest dudes.
They are. That's right.
They have sex with lot lizards. They eat
Lot
$5.
lizards?
That's good call.
What?
Yeah, the ladies that hang around truck stops.
Lot lizards?
Hell yeah, dude.
Why am I just learning this? This is a crazy term.
Because they're looking for
drink
truckers.
cranberry
They're
juice.
looking for trucker love.
Why lizard?
Because they're leathery.
It starts with an L.
I thought it's,
Lot ladies.
No, they're lizards, man.
Okay. I didn't realize they were literally lizards.
I assumed it was because they stayed out in the sun. So they were all leathery and scaly.
That may be what it is.
Anyway, truckers, most men leave
Oh,
that
I know
alive.
why. Lot lizards. Because they have their tongue.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Because they have a
that
tongue.
must be it.
I have a tongue.
You're such a nice guy.
Thanks, Bruce.
Such a nice.
You gotta watch
guy.
Fargo, dog. It'll
I
teach-
love Fargo.
Oh,
They're both looking at me so strange.
I don't know that I believe that. But.
Guys,
I do love Fargo.
Criken doesn't know what a woman will do with her tongue.
Well, not when it's
I'm not
split like a lizard.
I'm not going to explain it to Criken. Criken's chat. Why don't you tell it to him later on the stream when you're by himself with him?
Thanks, guys. They'll never educate me of anything.
They don't.
They're just as clueless as me, if not more.
No, really, your chat? They always seem so nice, except for the one person that called me a name earlier.
Yeah, that's rude.
Oh, that's not okay.
I know it's not okay. You're
Who's
right.
cyberbullying Bruce?
Here's the thing, though. You know what? I ignored it, and I said, I don't need to acknowledge that. I instead will be the bigger man.
Good
and
for you.
talk about how Criken doesn't know what a woman will do with their tongue.
Yeah, not lizard women. That's a little more confusing to me. Although,
Is it? I feel
Maybe
like
not.
lizard women might make more sense.
You can also fork your... You've seen the guy with the forked tongue, right? where like he's like pierced it, so that he basically has cut down the middle of his tongue.
Oh yeah.
And now he's Lizard Man.
Isn't he getting like other body mods to make his face look more
It's a
lizard?
body mod, yeah.
Good for them. I emailed you an image there, Bruce, to read and perform.
Brett's threatening to ban people in your chat.
Good.
Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that, but you know what? I just choose to ignore them.
I find it's best to just ban one person a day. If you find in yourself the capacity to open your mind, you will identify one person that you just don't like, and then you can just ban them.
That's right.
It's actually pretty great. It makes you feel amazing. Oh man, one day a few days ago I got raided and people started putting in the raid messages and I was like, oh boy, here we go. I'm getting botted for the first time. And then I went through and started banning everyone because I didn't know it was a raid.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was the.
That is bad.
That was very bad.
That is embarrassing.
You remember?
It was Gilder Sneeze. The guy who plays like a ton of
I know
old...
Gilder, yeah.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. And I guess he was playing a game where there was just like some repeated phrase that was just hammering them over and over again.
I do
so
that
everybody
too.
rated
You
in.
tell everyone to go say that message.
Yeah. I don't know.
None of them say, wait, no, and it's just
You're killing me.
slashing them down. So I apologize profusely. It was a fun moment. Everyone got unbanned. But yeah, so I did that. It's good. It's been a good week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Next time I raid Lawrence, I gotta be careful. I might get banned.
Jeez.
I guess people that rated me haven't really like I see emote spam, but I've never seen text spam. So I saw that from a lot of different people, and I was like, oh god, here we go. I'm getting botted. Oh,
What the fuck
how
is
the
that?
Do you just rip through your...
Like coffee just spewed everywhere from the...
I didn't see that.
It's fine. It just shot out of
Was
the...
that on
like-
cam?
I think it was... Oh yeah, it's on my monitor. There it is.
oh no, Bruce. Here I'll go.
There's a paper towel in the kitchen.
Okay. Jesus. There's a field around me, and physics warps in my presence. I don't know what it
I've
is.
known Lawrence for a long time, and he's right.
He does.
Anytime,
It's a-
anytime that, like he'll be walking somewhere, like just normal walking, and
Yeah.
he'll just trip and fall and like break 7 things around. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he. I'm always like, how did you do that? And he's like, I don't know. It's pretty amazing.
I have a variety of extremely uninteresting and slightly annoying superhero powers. Oh boy, that's gonna leave something.
It's like in My Hero, he has like the worst quirk.
Yeah.
Basically. It's like it's not a big deal. It's like thankfully that monitor's the just kind of the throwaway monitor. No big deal.
I can recommend some good monitor cleaner.
I have some right there.
Oh, well, you're good.
Yeah.
Damn it! Another influencing deal down the drain.
So Lawrence, so we haven't read this before.
No, this is another chapter in a saga that you have previously explored.
Didn't we have Criken as one of the voices?
You did.
Oh, yeah.
So was
I'm
he
ready.
Talus or was he Ares?
I think he was
Oh,
Ares.
I remember this.
Oh yeah, now it's clicking in.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to see the artwork for it to pop in.
Oh, boy.
I believe last time there was only one sound made by
That's right.
Ares. It was some kind of gahoy, I believe.
So here's the thing.
Are you going to be the narrator?
I'll be the narrator, and then we'll have Criken be Talus.
Okay. I guess I can be Iris.
There's only one. I think only one Iris line, right?
There's two. It looks like. There's the oh no, and then I ...
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, there's an I.
Where did you post this, by the way? Is it on Discord?
Oh, sorry. No, I emailed it.
It's actually not an. It's not an I. That's just a pipe.
You're right. Oh, it's just an ellipsis.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I can post it on Discord.
No, I was just gonna show. I mean, the lines are so
okay.
short, and you can see Talus.
Grab image text. How does that work?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
All right,
Okay.
so
There's not a whole lot
the
of
narrator, I'm gonna get you into the attitude of Talus.
Okay.
This is titled "Can You Entertain an Idea of Hope?" Chapter 7,
Hope so.
page 50. She gets up from the bench and proceeds to walk over to the cat, who incidentally doesn't seem to be all that against a busty girl fondling him. When she gets about 10 feet away, the cat suddenly becomes spooked, with its ears perked up and his tail held low. He swiftly runs off after hearing something approaching from far away. And it's all thanks to his excellent hearing. But as good as his hearing is, it's not even half as good as Ares' alien hearing, which had already alerted her to the sounds of incoming footsteps and breathing way before Mr. Kitty Cat had a freaking clue.
Freaking clue.
Not only that, but Ares knew within the first 5 nanoseconds after hearing the breathing that it was coming from Talus.
Nanoseconds.
And this is Ares.
Yeah, this is in her head, by the way. Oh no! He must be so angry with me that he searched up and down this beach just to find me!
Ares!
That's a dot.
Yeah, that's an ellipsis.
She wants to run away, knowing full well that no human could ever keep up with her alien speed. But she recognizes that Talus risked his own life to save hers, and she attacked him. Doesn't matter if it was an accident thanks to Kingold's cruel training. She wronged him, and he deserves his comeuppance. So she waits for her punishment.
Ares! Found you! He's out of breath because he's running.
That's right. Bracing herself for his inevitable wrath, she reluctantly turns around and sees Talus running over to her. He definitely looks like he spent the past few hours running all around this beach looking for her.
Ares!
He stands before her with his face covered in sweat. His heart bounces all around, his stomach like a racquetball. But for some reason, he's barely winded. Just like after his swim rescue, Talus is amazed at how well his body is currently handling his 3-hour-long, 35-kilometer run.
Ares, I was looking for you.
Here it comes. The tsunami of angry, ranting, verbal abuse. Just like the time she made a small mistake which caused Kingold to scream at her for hours while throwing darts at her.
Ares, thank God. You didn't hurt yourself. I thought I was too late.
What the hell is this?
It's a story.
Why did you pick now to join in? I feel like we've missed a big moment.
What? Hold on. What's the context?
You missed how it ends.
It just says hug.
Yeah, they hug.
What?
How could
Why
you
are
not
we reading this?
include that? What do you mean?
They hug.
It's a nice story.
He just wanted us to perform this for his own sick pleasure.
You press full screen and
Yeah,
show them the drawing.
You are there.
There's the drawing.
They're
of them.
hugging.
Hug.
On the beach.
Hug. And it just says hug.
I bet you thought this was going to go somewhere dirty, guys.
No.
It never did.
No.
No, it was just wholesome all the way through.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
Come on. What? Come on. It's just a nice story about a guy searching for an alien girl
It's not fan fiction or anything?
who has super hearing and has alien speed. No, it's a real story with real characters. Jeez.
Can we... Are there any other better chapters? Like more juicy
Oh yeah,
chapters?
there's a lot of them.
When does it get past hugging?
I mean, given the what appears to be the the relationship nuance that is written into the story, I don't think it ever gets much past hugging. However, as you saw, this is chapter 7, page 50 of The Firebird. So I will, you know what? I'll dig in there and I'll do some research. I'll find some more pages for you. I have some excerpts from Trigger Warning still.
Oh, Trigger Warning is amazing.
Trigger Warning is awesome.
Remember,
It's been so long,
Trigger
though.
Warning is, Criken? Trigger Warning is a novel written by the most red state, like, manliest man ever, who is upset about all the people being upset and offended.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then he's basically written a novel to offend everyone.
The story is of a young military graduate going to college on the GI Bill or whatever. And he doesn't want any trouble, all right? He just wants to defend his freedom and eat his steaks, but there's all these liberals around. These anti-fascists, all right? Mm-hmm. And they're going around with bike chains and hoods and beating up normal people.
Yeah.
Just because so the way the book starts, and I think this is the excerpt we read just to catch you up, is our hero is quietly studying in his room, reading a textbook that is filled with lies about history.
Filled with lies.
Pretty much, yeah. There's some side comment in there about how all these books were wrong. I don't know. Anyway, he hears a scuffle from outside, right? So he goes outside. There's this dude manhandling this girl.
No.
Not okay.
Not
so
okay.
he steps in. He punches the guy. Good American
Hell yeah.
duty. But then the girl gets all up on him, saying, "I don't need you, you fascist, patriarchal asshole, whatever."
Yeah.
She starts attacking him. What is he gonna do?
He punches her, probably.
No, he's a gentleman, all right?
Okay.
He's just like, "Lady, listen, I'm just trying to help." But then the anti-fascists hop out of the shrubs.
What?
Yeah.
The shrubs?
Yes. They were hiding. And they pop out. And they attack him. And then he beats up all the anti-fascists in an action scene that sounds like it was just like somebody verbally describing a scene from Jason Bourne. It was awesome. He beats one dude up, grabs his bike chain and whips it around the ankle of another dude and yanks him off his feet. It rules. Anyway, the book keeps on going. He ends up dating one of his professors who is a redhead because of, what is it about conservative white dudes and redheads? I don't get it.
They're Irish?
I think it's the most exotic.
It's most exotic they're willing to go?
I think it's like
Wow.
I think it's the most magical flavor of white person you can get.
Is it?
I'm just theorizing here, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's got to be a better version of white person.
More magical though. Like
Yeah, they're pretty magical.
it's like a leprechaun.
Albino?
Yeah, it's a little
Leprechaun.
albino.
Albino is
That
the
feels-
most magical. That's like phenomenon.
Yeah, that's
Wait, wrong
Oh,
one.
no, not phenomenon. Powder.
That's it.
They're the same movie, by the way.
When is John Travolta going to play an albino? We've been waiting.
I mean, he played a fat woman. Did you ever see that?
Hairspray?
Hairspray, yeah.
I did not actually.
It's a nightmare.
I need to.
It is a literal nightmare.
I've only seen John Waters' Hairspray. I like that.
I mean, Hairspray's fine. I'm talking about John Travolta as that character.
Oh, he also was in the Fred Durst movie that I desperately need to watch.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like John Travolta plays a mentally handicapped man with an obsession for a celebrity. Oh, you should look it up. Oh, please look it up.
Criken, do you know who Fred Durst
The
is?
Fanatic.
Nope.
Yes, thank
I
you.
didn't think he knew who Fred Durst was.
Just look up John Travolta. And
I know who Fred Armisen is. That's a Fred, I know.
Fred Durst is the lead singer of Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I know Limp Bizkit.
What the fuck?
Just go to images, please.
All right, you got it.
I only want to see John
Dang
Travolta.
it.
There he is. There's our guy. There's our hero.
Oh boy.
I love it.
Who is
I love
this?
it.
John Travolta, but
Why is he
but he's crazy. That's right, because he's like, does he like kill someone or something?
looks like it.
I think he gets obsessed with a celebrity or something. I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen this very real cinematic work because I see a very real person in front of me.
Yeah, that's right.
I love and respect actors that will just keep being in everything.
They'll do anything.
Yeah, that's gonna be me, Bruce. I'm putting my stakes in it right now.
I would love that you'd be the new John Travolta.
I could be the new John Travolta. I mean, I started a little late, or did I? Maybe it's just a different way of coming up.
John Travolta was a sex symbol when he first started.
You don't think he is anymore? You just saw the man. He's looking good.
I mean, he's also like one of the biggest Scientologists in the world.
He can still be a good person.
Can he?
I don't know. I wonder about that. Like,
I don't know much about. I don't know enough to have an
Scientology?
educated decision about it. I mean, I don't. I watched the documentary, so like
It's a little rough.
I have an idea about it, and it's.
It's a little rough.
So, let me-
Wait, does that mean you're going to be a Scientologist, Criken?
What does that mean?
You're going to join the Church of Scientology?
No. I saw the documentary and I saw
And
the
did
destructive
it interest
effects.
you?
It wasn't really much a nomination of it or a advertisement. No, I did not pique my interest.
I didn't know that we were supporting a Scientologist here on this
Okay.
on this podcast.
Did you know Neopets was originally run by Scientology?
yeah,
Scientologists.
that rules.
Yep.
That's not good at all.
Yep. Well, they eventually, when it got bought by Nick, they kind of phased out the whole Scientology thing. But it was there for a little bit.
So wait, were there like little indoctrination bits in Neopets, or was it just the person running it?
I think it was just the person running it, but I have heard like there were some questionable, like in their hiring process, there was like definitely some presence of Scientology in their original like stuff they did about it. I think that got phased out once they
Scott Joseph
changed
says
ownership.
that's not true. It was made by two people, then bought by Scientology. Neopets.
What, seriously?
That's what this is what Scott Joseph said. I don't know that it's true.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
know if
the
it's
creative people that made Neopets were not Scientologists, but the people that owned the company
We're Scientologists.
were Scientologists for a while. Yes.
Oh,
Got it.
Yeah.
I like how the way this phrase is like Scientology bought it. Like Scientology developed.
Well, and that's true. The Church of Scientology buys things.
Yeah, but
That's true.
it's people who make those decisions.
Right.
But still, like I'd be curious what their motivations were if they were trying to get a hook in the youths.
The documentary was called, was it Going Clean? Is that what it was?
Oh. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was, it was just kind of about the whole, a few examples of.
Yes. Mayor Dog.
There's
Big
a lot,
dog.
There are a lot of mayor dogs around the United States.
I love
We're
America.
really kind of giving up, aren't we?
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Giving up? What? This is us doubling down on American values.
Okay.
Dogs can't make decisions, though, Lawrence.
Are you sure?
I mean, I guess they could pick like 2 + 2
Yeah.
is 4 or 5.
Say like, do we, firing squad or prison for life? And then the dog goes and bites on
Paw.
a particular bone. Yeah, one paw on the button. I think that dog would do a great job. He looks honorable.
He does look honorable.
I'd have a beer with that dog. I'm voting for that dog.
They put glasses on him too. He doesn't need those.
Well,
Maybe
Harvey
he does.
Weinstein didn't need a walker, and it worked for him, didn't it?
Oof.
Oh, it didn't. Never mind.
Wait, who had a walker?
Harvey Weinstein, he says.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what we're doing here. This is spiraling.
Are you starting to question your reality?
I'm questioning everything right now. Yeah.
You're starting to question whether or not. Do you ever think about this, Criken? You think about how what you do for a living. You start to question it and go, "Am I really contributing to society, or should I go work for the Peace Corps?"
I did do that during like not the Peace Corps, but I did have a moment like that in college. I've not had it since then, but I had like a really drunk night. This is like the only night that I've like done anything stupid while drunk. Really, well, that's not true. But I've hurt myself while drunk.
That's not true.
I like ended up cutting open my hand and having to go to the ER.
Oh shit!
And like get it like stapled back up, and I was just like. And it was cut open while I was in like a hot tub, so I was like in my bathing suit. It was just a whole mess. And sitting in a downtown LA ER in a bathing suit with like blood pouring out of my hand, like, you know, passing out from blood loss.
Oh,
and when the doctor was like patching me up, I'm like, I do entertainment online for a living and you're like saving me right now. Am I making a mistake? And he's like, you know what, son? We all need distractions every once in a while. Like you're doing great work too. And
what
I'm
a
like,
great doctor.
Thanks, doc. And I like pass out from lack of blood. But yeah, that, you know, it changed my life. I was gonna keep doing what I was doing. I was gonna become a doctor.
That's really sweet though.
Yeah.
And that is important to think about. Is like, I don't know. I always get too big thought with things, but kind of connecting back to like superhero tales and stuff. We always love the story about the one person who can save the day, but that's not how our entire society is built. Because we do live in one, it turns out.
Thank you. I gotta say it every podcast.
Well said.
But no, it's something that I've been really trying to grasp more and more of. Is like, yeah, it's okay to just do what you do really well.
Yeah.
I think. What I try to do, and what I encourage others to do, is that if maybe you feel like your job isn't contributing in a meaningful enough way, find a charity or a cause you enjoy and
work at a soup kitchen.
Yeah, you can volunteer your time. My time's way more valuable than that, so I just toss $50 to some charity, and I feel I can sleep okay.
Lawrence speaks his truth.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly though, think about that. To some degree, and this is kind of how some people, I think, start going down maybe a not so savory path of thought, but you could pour soup in a kitchen, but if you're Jeff Bezos and 30 seconds is worth $20,000, wouldn't it just be more efficient for you to, instead of spending, more than that.
Way more than that.
Instead of pouring soup, wouldn't it be better to just fund the whole kitchen? I think sometimes throwing money at the people who have the time and the inclination and the desire to do the work is also more efficient than doing it yourself. To some degree, I think.
Lawrence likened himself.
He did.
I want to make sure that we're all
more John Travolta. But all of his money's going to Scientology, so I gotta figure out where to pour my millions and millions of performance.
Criken's going to put it into Scientology. We already know that. So.
You're really going to start something here. My chat is so quick to latch on to anything. Any inch.
Don't bring that up. Don't even acknowledge them.
Okay.
Because then when you're going to be like, oh, Criken's Scientology.
We have a dad now. Finally. Sorry to interrupt, but Maestro Mike.
Maestro Mike, yeah.
Maestro Mike. Yeah, that's a good name. You're asking about bringing Hard Netting back. A lot of people have asked for that.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do it.
Whatever. Let's do it.
As well, if people want to. So I'll get a list going again. I had like a whole list of other candidates back at Rooster Teeth. Given that off to the other people once we started trading off hosting. So I'm gonna leave all that behind. I'll just start a new bank.
Also, this just so you guys know, this podcast is meant to be that kind of free form. So that's like when interview the Vulcan. We're like, great, and like we'll do A and B. It's like great. That's what like it's kind of up to whoever wants to do it at any given time. And then if all of us are really busy, this is what we do. We come sit together, talk for an hour and a half, chat, and that's. So we don't really want to like burden ourselves. I know it sounds ridiculous. We don't want to like burden ourselves with a bunch of different things we have to do every single week. We just kind of talk and not have to worry about titling and thumbnailing whatever it is, whatever YouTube video we put up. Instead, you come here to listen to us talk about whatever.
So. Or like bring Google News feeds for something clickable to talk about. Except nobody actually wants to talk about it, so it's 15 minutes of like kind of uninteresting talk before we get going on some dumbass movie from the late 90s again.
Forever?
Oh? Yeah. No, I've been trying to skip up. I watched Swim Fan the other night.
That's from like 2002?
Yeah, dog. I'm in the new millennium now.
Man. Fan?
Swim Fan.
You know what Swim Fan is?
Nope. Is it
Swim Fan.
Is it like Waterboy?
It's like a horror movie about...
Yeah, you know what? Yes.
No, it's not Waterboy.
It is like Waterboy.
It's not a comedy, it's a horror movie.
I mean, there's a boy and there's water.
So, Swim Fan, I'm going to guess. Someone's a fan of a swimmer. So much so that he stalks them, or she stalks him, or whichever, or, you know.
You're right. You've
actually nailed the entire movie. You're done. There's nothing else.
I don't have to see it anymore.
One of the things that I'm learning to treasure about early 2000s films is that they're like, they have the like whiff of being woke. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So it's like they're still so steeped in old story tropes, but they kind of try to present themselves as being like new and for the new millennium, but they're not. They're absolutely not. One of my favorite things about Swim Fans was that the Swim Fan finds this dude that she's infatuated with. Mm-hmm. She gets him to sleep with her, and then like dude feels bad for his girlfriend or whatever, and his girlfriend's like total like 2x4. No personality, no nothing. 2x4. Yeah. She eventually forgives him for cheating on her, and then also has to help him, like, get the stalker out of their lives. Awesome. It's awesome. The dude did everything wrong and suffered basically no consequences for it. Which is, like, part of the unwokeness of the movie.
Okay, so it's, like, woke enough that they're, like, flipping the gender kind of expectation, but then also...
yeah.
Up the...
That's how the other 2000s were, though. Like... Because a lot of the times, if you really started thinking about the decisions that people made in movies or television or whatever, you're always like, "What? How did that happen? They did everything wrong, and then for that."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then as media progressed, we're getting better at that.
We're getting better at making consequences.
Yeah, we are getting better at making media that actually has consequences for people that do shitty stuff.
And then we have Game of Thrones, and then it all, you know, we just get set back a couple of years.
Oh well.
I know you're.
I loved it. But
yeah.
I really
all of it.
I loved all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we had this discussion.
I watched all of it
a little while ago.
Loved it. Mm-hmm. And I still get to read butthurt journalists about how they're upset about it. Mm-hmm. I just read an article today.
Really?
Well, I guess as long as people click on it.
Well, it was funny because people still read about it. It was the article was saying how much they were literally writing about how they didn't care about Game of Thrones, but they were writing an article that was published today, and I was like. I immediately pointed out the hypocrisy of the article. It's like, what? And I just closed it.
Yeah, you clicked on it, baby.
I mean, yeah absolutely, because I like reading about Game of Thrones.
That's something important to understand, I think, about pop media, like any media in general, is that even if it represents itself to be news, it's not anymore. Cable kind of killed that whole idea. So if you're clicking on something written by somebody... Odds are they don't even really care about it either. It's just that they have the analytics showing that people are clicking on Game of Thrones articles that are titled this way. Assignment to write an article like that, and they did it.
They probably don't like it. Yeah, you're right.
So it's it sucks. But that's theoretically everyone doing their job right. So you guys are right. I do have man boobs. Sorry, I'm really puffy right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm retaining a lot of water.
It happens.
These boys are just inflated today.
It's like a camel.
People just go through it. Some days you retain.
I haven't been in the gym in a minute because like my head's been funky. So I worked out today, and then I peed in the shower, and it was like neon yellow. So that's probably not good.
What's wrong with that? It should be fine.
That means you're like dehydrated.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I thought it was really dark yellow.
It should be clear.
Vibrant.
Well, what's dark yellow?
More dehydrated or sick.
Even more.
Or you're ill.
Why are you the expert to this?
You know,
how do you know about
at the Scientology church, they teach us a lot, including.
You doubled down on that. I was going to let that go.
Every podcast has to have a callback, and you gave me callback option.
I was going to let that go.
Yeah, all right.
There's a bunch of Scientologists in your chat right now.
What's happening?
You're getting botted. Don't worry. Brett's got it handled.
I don't want to call attention to it, but I had my experience of getting botted, which turned out to just be a raid. But let's be honest, it was botting. How do you deal with that? Do you just put chat in slow mode and start banning all the accounts?
Yeah, you put it in follower only.
Oh, so I did the right thing when I got raided.
And it looks like Brett's got it handled.
No, that's just my Moobot. I don't have.
Or is Moobot doing it?
Yeah, so I need a moderator to
I've never seen this before. Yeah, because they're all like
it's kind of cool looking though.
Alphanumeric characters.
Cool looking,
They all have different colors.
It's happened to me a couple of times. I just don't. I always wonder how long it took for the.
Can we just put it on sub mode? If the mod is there.
It's fixed.
Yeah, I think
They fixed it. And also, like, people always like, it's not going to last forever. It usually will last like a minute or two, and then it'll go away.
It's exciting.
Twitch is pretty good at handling this. Also, speaking of which, I'm going to prop up Jeff Bezos. I just got an email from Twitch.
Speaking of corporate overlords,
which I thought was a really cool email.
Is this the sub thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, so I'll read it word for word because it was a great email, and I was like, wow, I'm really glad that I'm actually giving this company. Let's see here. Was it this one? Yeah, it is. So I got this email from Twitch today. It said a few days.
Oh, yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, a few days ago we learned that a certain number of your subscribers were incorrect, not auto-renew due to a system error.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we are unable to automatically resubscribe these subscribers to your channel. This was a mistake on our part, and we're taking steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. Here's how we're addressing the situation. We've emailed your impacted subscribers and have encouraged them to resubscribe to your channel to keep their benefits. We've given each impacted subscriber a 3-month extension of their subscription benefits to your channel free of charge. We've compensated you for the 3 free months for each impacted subscriber to ensure the payout. And it says, again, we sincerely apologize for this error. That's something that I was like really surprised to see from a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Getting together and figuring out how every group can win. They also didn't have to tell anyone. They probably never would have known.
It was a very, very low number of subscribers for me.
Yeah.
So, and like I was thinking the same thing Lawrence just said, which is like, I would never have noticed this.
Yeah. No, there's no way we would have known, and they owned up to it, which was nice.
I really appreciated that. That was very nice of them.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to shill for Bezos for a second, if you don't mind.
Oh my God, what is this becoming?
It's becoming us buttering our bread right now.
Okay, yeah.
You got financial ties well beyond Amazon, all right? You into the global network.
That's true.
We gotta be out here scraping it on the surface.
Everybody's got to suck Jeff Bezos' dick sometime.
Damn right. I could be wrong, but I feel like most of what Twitch gets some flack for these days are discoverability, equal enforcement of their
like Twitch bans.
Yeah, which when I consider it from their perspective, I don't know how either of those are solvable problems. Like, it's a problem of every single creator is like, if only people could see my stuff, they'd love it, without really acknowledging that, well, maybe they don't want to watch what you're making. So like when Twitch gets blamed for discoverability, to a degree I get that. I think that use Twitch habitually go right to their following page, or even right to a channel. Yeah. So where are the discoverability tools? If they start shoving things in front of you that you didn't ask for,
you'll be upset.
Yeah, you're not going to want to use the service. So I feel like there's a weird, like, I don't know how much they can do there. Others have a flow that they know and want. For the discoverability aspect, for the enforcement of rules aspect, man, I've looked at some of the cases that people kind of get upset about, and a lot of them I'm like, you can say, oh, this cosplayer got banned and all their, I don't know, man, that camera angle was in a place on him for a reason, and I don't know. I just remember looking at some particular cases where, at first glance, they were being unfair, but then once I actually like watched some clips and watched other things on that person's channel, it's like, oh no, they do actually kind of have a precedent of kind of pushing the envelope here. So this was they're just getting their wrist slapped a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, on another note, like, it's always going to take some amount of judgment to enforce rules on something like Twitch, especially when everything's live, because you have to judge intent more than the presence of things. So I don't know. I feel like Twitch has done actually pretty with what they have.
Well, I was going to say the answer is always hire more people. It always is. It's just hire more people and then have 1 or 2 people that actually provide the direction so that all the rules are established, and like there's always gray areas, but generally if you have more people. This is what YouTube had to do for demonetization. They had to hire thousands and thousands and thousands of people because they weren't doing that before. They were letting a robot do it, and then they got ads in front of Nazi videos. So it's like they had to hire a bunch of human beings to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's just crazy to see, because I admit sometimes I'm a little too apologetic and understanding on behalf of groups that I don't know. I for people the benefit of the doubt, but like for like YouTube and Twitch, with some of the problems they've encountered and had to find new solutions to, I think they've done a pretty astounding job of it. I know that there's always room for improvement, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm so happy with things that they couldn't stand to be improved somewhat. But Jesus Christ, the way that YouTube is able to handle like ad distribution and vetting of content with the volume that rolls into their service every day it's a miracle it works at all. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I think, hey, 2020, pretty cool.
Criken, you've been on the platform the longest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about it?
Discoverability or which?
Just everything. I mean, like, how do you feel it's evolved? Are you more worried than ever about your TOS?
About TOS?
Yeah, about getting banned.
Why am I getting banned?
You're showing your tits every night, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Keep
just for
ranting
my
about Scientology.
subs-only streams, though.
You busting out that on stream.
No, I'm optimistic, I think, about live streaming in general. I think competition in terms of oversaturation is kind of higher than it is now, and it only grows. So there's kind of a weird problem where like there's more people streaming than there are to watch people streaming.
That's right. Yeah.
By a large margin. If you look at like the percentage of people streaming, I think it's like percent of streamers stream to 0 or 1 viewer, and then like even more. I think it might even be more than that. It might be like 96 or 98. Yeah. It's just like an insane amount of people that just stream to know their one friend, which is like a very different use case than pretty much everyone else on the site. So yeah, I guess I don't know enough about the vast majority of streamers out there. Streamers that like are comparable to kind of what I do every day, and I think my entire knowledge and kind of understanding of the platform comes from them. So I don't know. I wish there was more. I am curious to learn more about or to imagine where this could go when like all of you individual viewers are like as an individual view, then I think you realize
yeah, that's true.
in just kind of the full scope of this site and all the different people that are on it, you know, and where you choose to spend your time and, you know, your as a community is such an interesting thing, and it's not solvable really. It's not like there's a mathematical equation or a decision around it that we can really do to help. You know, there's no rule book, is what I'm trying to say. It's like we're all figuring it out as we go.
Well, it's everybody's adapting all the time.
Yeah.
And what you said about Twitch is exactly the same with YouTube. I forget, somebody at YouTube told me, it was like, and I'm not, I don't remember exactly, but it was like 90% of YouTube videos have under 100 views.
Yeah.
So like there's billions and billions and billions of videos that have under 100 views.
I don't know what this is, but I want to click on it really badly.
All right, click it. Do it.
Oh.
Why?
It's going to pop out. Don't be porn. Sorry, somebody just linked
streamer. Oh yeah, it's just a jar of peanut butter.
Wow.
I'm just streaming a jar of peanut butter.
A jar. Well,
not quite what I was talking about, because we got 58 people here.
I know, that's actually more than...
And a hell of a lot of gifted subs, so this jar of peanut butter is making...
Hey, it's a good shot. It's well focused.
Making bank.
Well, how do I know it's a live video? Just because there's text that says...
It's live in the upper left.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be like a scrolling ticker or like a clock or something.
There should be either a clock, or some fluctuation in the lighting.
So last night I rated somebody, Cozart.
Oh yeah, Cozy.
Yeah, Cozy Art. I don't know how to say it. And he had one viewer, and I rated him. It was like 250 people or whatever, and he was not there. He had disappeared. Like I rated him. I watched him walk away from the webcam, and I sat there for like 45 minutes waiting for him to come back because I was like, I can't wait to see what he does or says.
And he didn't come back.
And he came back and didn't look at chat.
Yeah.
So never does, and that's what I was like. Oh, this guy just streams to his friends.
Yeah.
And he never looks at chat ever. He's not a streamer. He's just a dude that wanted to put stuff on the internet. And it took him. I want to say it took him like 30 to 45 minutes. There were people in his chat, and that's when I realized last night. I was like, oh, okay, all right. This dude he's doing this for fun. He's not doing this for like to make money or whatever. It's just for him to have fun. That's really cool. I think that's a really neat thing that he was doing. So.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. I see a lot of that vibe maybe popping up more on Discord, where if somebody just wants to stream to their buds.
Well, actually, that's a really good point. Arguably, is probably taking a portion of Twitch's, demographic of people that would stream just for their friends. It's a lot easier to just go on Discord and do a call and just play a game for someone, or for a Discord community, just a chat room. Go on Twitch and post a link and all that sort of stuff. So,
well, that poses an interesting question, and based on some of the things you said, Craig, and especially given your legacy on the platform, really dying to know your opinion on a couple of things. One is that, yeah, as more heavyweights like Bruce and I smash into the scene and take some of that zero-sum pie for ourselves.
I didn't call myself that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't need to, Bruce. I just did that. A-listers, I guess
didn't
maybe.
say that either.
Do you feel... Because, yes, I have also kind of noticed the lopsidedness of creators versus consumers. As time goes on, how do you feel about like collaborating with other creators or recommending other creators or rating other creators? Do you ever, in the back of your head, is there ever like a little panic thing that goes off? People away, they may not come back, and I have to like hang on and try to acquire as many people as possible? Because I always want to, sometimes against my own nature, I want to be as like open, collaborative, and freewheeling as possible.
There's no right answer. I think it comes down to like your own comfort and like what sort of kind of culture you're building. I mean, if I do know some streamers that are like super protective of their viewers and their experience, and the thought of cross-pollination scares them because they don't want them to seek entertainment anywhere else, versus those that collaborate a lot and play with other people because they think the content is better, or because they respect what they do, or they're have good chemistry, whatever it might be. So I personally think you're kind of made stronger by cross-pollinating with other like-minded streamers and individuals that are also going for the same thing and have the same cultural impact, because collectively you guys all represent more than you do as individual parts. But yeah, I mean, in kind of a selfish way, yeah, you could case for you are going to be making less potentially.
Sorry, I don't know if we can rebroadcast somebody else's.
Yeah,
Peanut Butter Stream?
It depends. I mean, Peanut Butter Stream. It's
Peanut Butter-
so it's arguably.
I would be surprised if I got banned.
Oh, there was music. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't see.
I didn't.
It was definitely not playing because we would have heard it through the speakers. So
anyway, yeah, there's a case to be made for both, I guess. Err on the side of collaboration, because I think once you start isolating yourself, it's going to make your time on the site a lot more lonely and a lot more paranoid.
Yeah.
And I think that it doesn't innovation in the long run.
I also think
Interesting.
that, like what Lawrence said earlier about how we live in a society, we all work together, and I feel like humans are only made better by collaboration. They're not made better by being by themselves or alone, as Into the Wild taught us.
Or Will Teach Us? Did that movie come out?
Oh yeah, it came out
Again?
years ago.
No, I mean the new one. Yeah, Harrison Ford.
Oh no, you're thinking of Call of the Wild.
Oh,
And Into the Wild was I think it was Emil Hirsch,
is that the dude who just went into the wild?
and then he died.
I just got to go.
Spoiler: he died.
What he said in his van.
And at the end of the movie, he realizes he should have been doing things with other people.
Was this one the CG dog, or this is a
No, CG Dog. CG Dog was Call of the Wild. CG Dog was a real person. Forget.
Oh yeah, wasn't it a person mocapping it? Gugh.
It's a nightmare. Have you seen that?
No.
Have you seen it? Oh, really? That was making the rounds on Twitter, and it's an amazing. Hold on.
I got to check this out.
Will you hit full screen just in case I find something terrible?
Man and dog.
CGI dog.
Horrific
Harrison
scene.
Ford tweet.
God damn
It's
it.
a great tweet. And I saw it like 3 times, over and over and over.
I guess what I always go back to, sorry to roll it back, when it comes to like collaborating and being open, I guess I feel like what I tell myself fundamentally is that if I'm not interesting enough,
Oh, the IGN one.
well,
This one?
Yeah.
Please.
Go ahead.
oh Jesus,
No,
oh,
that's not the
Jesus.
one. That's not the one. Fuck.
If I'm not interesting enough to maintain people's interest, even when they're exposed to other people, then trying to prevent that exposure from happening isn't going to stop, or
Yeah.
isn't going to keep them in my thrall. It's like being almost like being a jealous boyfriend a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you think your girlfriend doesn't like you enough, or you don't have enough to offer her, that you have to shut her off from other
Yeah.
dudes, then odds are you got some work to do.
That is a good comparison. I would definitely liken all streamers.
Oh no! No!
Oh,
God! Oh God! No!
Here, hold on. There's an even
want me to-
longer. There's an even longer.
Should I
video.
pull it up, Bruce?
Yeah. You should,
Okay.
Totally should. Yeah.
Oh, why did they even need someone there? Can Harrison Ford not pretend like there's a dog there?
There's another video of Harrison Ford like reaching to grab it out of his mouth, and it's again a human like with something in his mouth.
I mean, I guess it probably helps to match the... No? Why? There's got to be a reason. Maybe it's for, like, the shadowing or, like, the imprints on the ground makes it more believable.
People were also... I mean, like, PETA was really excited about that they didn't use a real dog.
I guess that makes sense. Also, you know what? It's probably faster and cheaper to not have a dog on set.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
100%. Because you can't control it. They always say...
It looks bad. It looks like early 2000s.
It looks like trash, yes.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. It looks like trash. And then when this came out, I laughed at it even more. And said, "Ha ha! What a joke! Ha ha!" And it was like I was never going to see this movie.
I like how they didn't even use the actual hat that he's holding. They just remade another hat.
Just like a cloth.
Yeah.
Dogs don't look like dogs on film. You have to use miniature horses. That's such a good line. Is that from The Simpsons?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah, it might be.
So this is what we're into now. This is what 2020 has yielded.
Yeah,
us.
cats and dogs, and
Everyone's
both
a
are
Twitch
people.
streamer. Everyone's gonna watch Call of the Wild in theaters with their cell phones, like on a little like gorilla kick, so they can stream themselves watching the movie.
Man.
We're all gonna be leaning over and buttering into our phones, talking to chat while the movie's going on. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of streaming in inappropriate places, Criken, you gotta hook me up with whoever rented you those like streamer backpacks.
Oh yeah, that's Twitch.tv.
Oh,
Yep.
They just have them. All right.
They
That's easy.
have them. They made them.
Well, sick. All right. I got some ideas. What's the etiquette? Because I still feel very uncomfortable about like filming or streaming in public.
Yeah.
So I was watching a guy who was streaming in public in Japan, and whenever he was in like a thoroughfare or whatever, he'd point the camera down.
Yes.
So you could see like people's like feet and legs.
As long as you don't show their
Thank God.
faces, generally, yeah.
So is that the etiquette now? If you're around people who aren't aware they're being streamed, you point the camera down.
There's no hard rule. It's of course kind of a developing medium, and depending on the streamer, you'll have people that are like somewhat obnoxious IRL streaming, and that's kind of the bit, is that they're like causing disruption, and that's people watch that because it's like a spectacle.
Lighten up our live stream fail.
Yeah. And then there's people on the other side of the spectrum that are like just trying to document, an experience or a culture their day. And yeah, I mean, there's no hard rule really, but in general, if you're going to an establishment, you can ask someone, hey, I am currently filming, or I'm currently live on a site. Is it okay if I'm in here? And just like let them know. Or if people are confused, you can explain what's going on and make it, don't put them on the spot.
Sure.
That's really what it comes down to. Don't make someone feel like they have to do something on camera. Because when we were using it, TwitchCon, we would be going into some stores. Some of them we called ahead so they knew they were going to be there. The others that we had to just kind of show up for, I had kind of the camera pointed down and I'd be like, hey, I'm currently live on this thing right now. I'm just looking to get like an ice cream. Do you mind if I film this experience? And they're like, okay. Like, there's... It's different if like you walk in with your phone and you're like filming everything.
Look at their face.
Yeah, they're like, why are you doing this? Please put that away. But if you're like, respectful, then it's rare that you're going to get people upset.
I've also noticed that like if you're like if you got the camera on you and you're like you're doing stuff with people around,
that's fine.
As long as you're not like, oh, check out that dude, or like what the
like if you're in line and you're like there's a really fat guy in front of me and you're like trying to point the camera,
like
then
mean
like
shit.
That's awful. But if you're like this and talking and behind you they notice someone like drop an ice cream on their foot, that's fine. That's just a fun random thing that was captured. But
I know that Pay Money Wubby did this in a restaurant. He just filmed himself having dinner, but
a restaurant.
He called ahead, told them they knew, the manager knew, and I don't know this for sure, but generally what you're supposed to do is put up notices. You put it on the door, and whenever anybody walks through, as soon as they see that notice, they have consented.
Mm-hmm. It's different than if you're setting up in a location and people are coming through, because that way you can easily just make that part of the experience, like you'll be on camera.
Yeah.
But if you're going places where like for example, like you can't just go into a strip club and be like, hey, I'm streaming, is that okay? Like, no, I mean that's going to go against both their own policy but also Twitch's policy. So it's and then there's also stuff you wouldn't expect, like maybe you're crossing the street and a homeless guy just bare naked runs in front of you and starts peeing at you.
That's just
at
public.
the camera.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, that's too bad. I don't think
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like get banned on Twitch because you didn't cause that to happen. And as long as you like reacted like a normal human and tried to avoid filming that, then you should be okay. But yeah, just be aware of the laws of wherever you are and try to be respectful. And not go in public bathrooms.
I was gonna say, I know Lawrence's idea has to do with being in a public bathroom
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
for 8 hours.
Nonstop.
So, yeah.
Can't really stream that.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
No, it's been done, and you will get arrested. So, if it's an art installation that you have set
This
up,
is Lawrence you're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
I can smooth anybody over, Craig, and I got the gift of gab.
all right,
dude.
yeah, no, you're
Those
right.
police show up. Hey, God, chill. Hey, chill out. Wait. And then I have the entire ride back in the back of the car to explain my case. It'll be fine.
And it's all on camera.
Yeah, I'll just smooth it all out.
Yeah, that would be a legendary stream is filming getting arrested.
Getting arrested. Well,
I probably would not do that, but
I mean, it might involve riding in the back of a car. My actual idea is I want to, and I've talked about this before, but I want to rent one of those backpacks and then just take my motorcycle up to like the mountains.
Yeah.
And just drive through them.
that's great.
I don't know if reception would be good up
receptions can be tricky.
That's the tough part.
there. And then
Yeah.
the good news is when I die, Twitch chat will know exactly where I am and they'll be able to call the police.
They may not, because the service may not be good.
Oh,
So then you just die in an unmarked area.
It'll say, "Be right back," and then you'll never be right back.
technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yikes!
I'm
Little
like, yeah,
tutorial.
I'm hanging from my pant leg on the side of the
Like,
mountain.
don't worry, they'll come for me. You're
Help!
just talking to chat the entire time, and
Guys.
they can't hear you.
Guys, thanks for those subs, by the way. Guys, if you could give me like 200 cheers, I could get out of this.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of the podcast. Make sure you watch Lawrence's death stream. When that
Death
happens.
stream.
See it happen live.
That is definitely
Whatever.
TOS.
I already ran into the back of a car and fell off a house. This isn't gonna kill me, right?
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, guys.